All right, my friends, we are back for another episode of Man Talk. All right, let's get rolling. My name is Chris. I am the Man Collects. I do appreciate you joining me here on YouTube. You end up enjoying this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the Man Collects, consider hitting subscribe. If you do, make sure you turn on the bell for notifications. That way you will know when I drop new content. If you go to the description of this video, you will see a link to my Instagram. Head over there, check me out on Instagram, give me a follow, send me a message should you choose to. Alright, sports fans, let's get down to it. You already see it on the screen here. We're going to talk about the things that were shown on the McFarlane Toys FanStream that took place last week. We got some pre-orders coming up for some McFarlane stuff that did announce during that stream. So let's take a look at everything they talked about. Starting off with the next wave of page punchers. If you're not familiar with the page punchers, these are the ones that come in like a plastic clamshell with a little reprint comic book. But one you have coming, this is 0 Hour Superman. Now, they're calling it 0 Hour Superman, but this is also, I don't know if you can tell much from the dark background behind the picture, this is the Mullet Superman. So this one I'm probably going to pick up. This to me should round out the death and return of Superman figures, because the one thing we did not have was a good classic mullet Superman. It looks like we're getting it with this figure. Now, I don't care too much for the facial expression. He kind of looks like he's giving somebody the business there, the way his face looks. But again, a mullet Superman, I will probably pick this up if I find it. Am I going to pre-order it? Don't know if I want to pre-order or not, but I'll probably try to find it in store. As we always say during these things, guys, if you do like any of this stuff, let me know in the comments. Are you going to pick any of this stuff we're going to look at tonight up, or are you going to pass on it, try to find it in the store, or has it gotten too expensive? These page punches are about $28 now, retail price, and we'll have to see the way prices keep going up. Are they going to be more expensive when this wave drops? But the first announcement they do have is the 0 Hour Superman, or as I like to call him, the Mullet Superman, and pre-orders for him will be on September the 30th, as they announced on that stream. Keep in mind, in case you're not familiar, McFarlane Toys normally launches their pre-orders around 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the days of their pre-orders, so keep that in mind as you're looking at these. But September the 30th on the Page Punchers. The next one they did show during the stream was Joker, Crisis on Infinite Earth's Joker. I do like this for the soft goods jacket. I think it looks just like the one we got, the Silver Age Joker here in the I think the way before last with the page punchers. I can't remember, but I do like the soft goods jacket. One thing I was a little disappointed about, though, the hat is not removable. When they talked about that on the live stream, he did make a comment that the hat is molded onto the head, so not a big breaking point or anything. This one, I will probably get it. I really want to see it in hand because I want to see if it looks the same as that Digital Joker that came out a couple waves ago with those. I don't know if I want to get it just for a soft goods jacket, but Batman or Joker figures are kind of like Batman figures for me. I'm kind of a sucker for them, so I may end up grabbing this one. But this one's also on my radar. Definitely going to grab the Mullet Superman if I can find it in stores. Joker is a maybe, but I'm leaning towards yes on that one. And once again, pre-order for this on September the 30th. During the fan stream, they did say there will be 2 red sticker platinums in this wave as well, but they did not reveal what the platinums will be. So we know we got Mullet Superman, we know we got Trenchcoat Joker, and we're going to have 2 more red sticker platinum figures in this Page Punchers wave that I'm assuming they will announce at a later time. So we don't know yet. As of now, time I'm recording this, we don't know what those are going to be, but hey, something to look forward to. Alright, talking about the Digitals with the Joker, we do have a new wave of the Digitals announced. You had the Bronze Age Red Tornado. Now, I did get the Target exclusive Red Tornado that came out, I think that might have been the early part of 2025. I can't remember when that came out. But anyways, I wish I would have waited, because looking at the picture here, I do like this better with the soft goods cape. Because the other one that came out did have the plastic molded cape on it instead of the wired soft goods, but I always liked the Red Tornado character. I thought he looked cool. He reminded me of Vision. I don't know enough about him in the comics. It's been a long time since I read anything with Red Tornado to know if they're similar characters or not. But he always reminded me of Vision. I don't know which one came first, Marvel's Vision or DC's Red Tornado. But again, sweet looking figure there. Really dig that soft goods wired cape. Now for these Digitals we're going to be looking at here, they did not announce a pre-order date. They did say it will be coming up later this year. They didn't say specifically on the stream when that would be. So make sure if you're following McFarlane on social media, just keep a check on their page. They will announce these things whenever they do it for pre-order, and I will mention that here on the channel when these do go up for pre-order, so we'll cover that at a later date. But again, this will be the next wave of the McFarlane Toys Digitals, or as they call them, Digital figures. But Red Tornado, You also have a new Teen Titans version of Blackfire. Now, you know we had the collector's edition, the Platinum, here a while back of Blackfire that came out, so they got another one coming out in case somebody missed that one. Again, this will be the Digital Wave coming out, pre-order date to be announced, but you got the Blackfire coming as well as the Bronze Age Red Tornado. This one I do like. My concern with this one is where it has the smaller feet and legs for the female figure and the long plastic hair there, the big old piece of braid there, plastic braid. Is that going to make it hard to pose if you take it out of the box without using a stand? I'd be afraid that hair is going to have so much weight to it, it's going to pull it off balance. So that may be one issue with this one. I know they come with stands. Some people don't mind using figure stands. My personal preference, I like my figures to stand up without having to put them on a stand. But that's just a personal preference of mine. But that is my one concern seeing this one. How heavy is that big hair piece going to be as far as keeping the figure stable if you try to pose them on a shelf? But Blackfire is coming as well in the next wave of digital. And next up for the digitals, we have the Batgirl. You know, we did have the classic Batgirl go up for pre-order, maybe a week or so ago from the time this video drops, the classic gray and blue version. This looks to me like a repaint of that figure. Now, I have not looked at photographs side by side to confirm that. That is just something I thought when I saw it. It looks like just a direct repaint of that one. But if you do want the alternate outfit she's had in the comics, you can get the yellow and the purple one here. Again, the next wave McFarlane Toys digital or digital figures. Once again, no pre-order date as of the time of this recording, but I will update on a future episode of Man Talk once they do release the date for pre-order. Alright, you got another 2-pack coming, so we're going to take a look at the first figure here. And again, this one as well, pre-order date to be announced. Sadly, they didn't give pre-order dates for everything they talked about on the stream, but again, we'll mention that whenever they do release that information. But the Spectre. Now, the Spectre came in that highly controversial Monitor Build-A-Figure way that was so expensive on McFarlane Toys, toystore.com. And a lot of people wanted that figure. They complained they couldn't get it. They complained about the price. So they are going to do a reissue. Now, I don't know if this is a direct reissue of that same figure. I can't remember exactly what it looked like. But anybody that wants a Spectre figure will have a chance to get it here. But you got to get it in a 2-pack with Atom Smasher. But that is a look at your Spectre figure that comes with this 2-pack. And there is a look at Atom Smasher. So this is going to be kind of like the Grim Knight Killer Croc 2-pack you're seeing in stores right now. You're going to have the one mega-size figure and then the one smaller figure. And now the price on this is what's going to concern me, because that Grim Knight and Killer Croc, that's like $80 now. So I'm wondering, is this one going to be $80 as well? We'll have to wait and see. Now, those 2-packs got a little pricey, especially for these characters. I don't feel like that warrants an $80 price point, in my personal opinion. But like I said, you may be 2 characters you're looking forward to, and if it is, more power to you. Collect what you love. Don't listen to me, but this one is a pass for me for this 2-pack. I do like the looks of the Spectre figure, but I'm not willing to spend, if it is $80, $80 to get the 2-pack with Atom Smasher. But I do like the sleeveless shirt Atom Smasher there, a little better than the one that came in the, was it the Black Adam movie wave? We got that. So this is more of a comic look for him versus the look of the movie that came out here a while back. Alright, Super Friends, wave number 3, and these will go up for pre-order on October the 2nd of 2025, and once again, keep in mind, McFarlane usually drops their pre-orders around 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. But the next wave of Super Friends has been announced. You have the classic suit Aquaman here, and you can see in his hand right here, he's holding something. That's the little communicator they used to use on the Super Friends show. Now, I gotta say, I like the Super Friends figures. I've tried to stay away from buying these because I get enough McFarlane as it is, but I loved that cartoon when I was a kid, and I think they do a good job. I think these look good as far as based on the source material and all that. But you got Wave 2 just started hitting here not too long ago. Now you're going to have Wave 3, and McFarlane puts them up for pre-order on October the 2nd. You'll probably see these things around the end of October, beginning of November, starting to show up in stores. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that. Now, I don't know if there'll be a silver or red platinum in this wave. You know, there was in the first 2 waves. You had at least a silver platinum in them, so we'll have to wait and see if we get any chases. But the first figure they showed was the classic Aquaman, and then they've got Bizarro Superman. And again, Bizarro I thought was one of the cooler characters, but I have to say, and again, I haven't seen the Super Friends since probably when it was actually on TV. I don't remember Bizarro being in the cartoon, but I'm sure that he was and probably had this look to him with the lines on his face there. Of course, he had his backwards S, and I didn't get a screenshot, but when he was on a 360 turnaround during that video, the S is backwards on the back of his cape too, so you do have that consistency. So, cool looking Bizarro figure coming in Wave 3 from the Super Friends. Now, one thing that does pique my curiosity with the Super Friends figures Are they going to go up in price? I think they're still $19.99 at most Walmart stores I've seen them in, but I'm wondering Wave 3, are they going to up them to $25 like I have seen them in some other retailers, which usually like, Books A Million, stuff like that charge a little higher price anyways, but hopefully these stay around $20. My personal opinion, $20 is about the max value I see in these. I don't see these being $25 action figures at all, unless they start putting some more accessories in there with them, but so far we got Aquaman, Bizarro Superman. You also have Bizarro Batman. And I thought, I may be wrong for the Super Friends reference, I thought that Bizarro Batman's bat symbol was upside down. I don't remember, maybe it wasn't. But anyway, you see the lines there on his face indicating he is the Bizarro Batman. And this one's coming as well in Wave 3 of the Super Friends. Alright, next one we have what I call, when they were out in the Superpowers line, the 1980s, 1990s gym teacher looking Brainiac. But you got the one here with the purple sweatshirt on, or long sleeve shirt, and then little black gym shorts there. But this is coming as well in Wave 3, the Brainiac figure. Now, I'm not making fun. I do like this old classic looking Brainiac. Takes me back to the 80s comics and stuff like that back in the day. But this is another one. We got this in Super Friends not too long ago, before the Super Friends, they stopped those now. I can't remember if they're still coming out or not. But anywho, we got it in Super Friends. Now you're going to get in a bigger scale here with Super Friends Wave 3. Or Superpowers, I mean. Now you're getting Super Friends Wave 3. You get the Brainiac figure. And once again, keep in mind, pre-order October 2nd, 2025. Alright, our last few, and these are ones that I have seen on social media that people have been clamoring for, is the Wonder Twins. So you do have, in Wave 3, Jaina and Gleek will be coming in this one, but not only is Jaina and Gleek, also Zan. So you're going to have the Wonder Twins and Gleek in this Wave 3. I think that's pretty sweet. If I'm super tempted to get any of these, it would be the Wonder Twins. Now, I can't remember exactly, but I don't think the Wonder Twins were from the comics, were they, back in the day? I'm thinking they made the Wonder Twins specific for the Super Friends cartoon, but now don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure about that. It has been quite a long time ago since this show was on, and I actually watched it. Probably, I'm 44 years old. I was probably less than 10, I think, when this show was on, so cut me some slack here. It's been a while. But anywho, cool to see the Wonder Twins finally coming. Like I said, I know I've seen a lot of comments online and social media for people clamoring for these figures to come out since they started the Super Friends wave, and now we are getting them. But that does round out the Super Friends. Keep in mind, October 2nd, 2025 pre-order. They should go up around 12 noon, and none of these are exclusive to any retailer, so you should be able to get them wherever you get your McFarlane toys from. Alright guys, they had the Batman drawing board thing going on, the crowdfund. They do have another one coming for Harley Quinn. Now, they did not announce a launch date for this one, and if you look at the picture here, down under Harley's name, you see level 4. There are 4 different levels you can back on this crowdfund, but again, we'll look at that in more detail when it actually goes up for crowdfunding. We'll take a look at each of the different levels and what they are. I just wanted to show the 4th one here so you can see everything that's going to be included. You have the Harley figure here with the black shirt. You have the Jared Leto version of Joker there with the black tux. You have this version of Harley with the white and red shirt. You can see here some different weapons, her mallet and the baseball bat, a couple of pew-pews, they call them on YouTube, some different hands, different vest and jacket and stuff, and then some different head sculpts there for Harley. You get an art card, I think that's a poster I think it comes with. I can't remember. It's the movie poster. That's like maybe it says badge. I can't tell what that says. Then you get the card, temporary tattoos, all kinds of stuff will come with this once they do announce this crowdfund. Once again, once they announce that, we'll talk about it here on the channel. We'll go over each of the different levels and the price points, but here you're at least seeing a digital picture of what level 4 is going to look like, so that'll be the whole shebang right there, because there will be 4 different levels to choose from. And like I've said several times by now, once they announce the launch date for this, we'll take a look at it here on the channel. Alright friends, before we take a look at the coup de grace of the McFarlane reveals, we got a couple of things to run through here real quick. Hot toy collectors, you do have the Wolverine from the Deadpool Wolverine movie, the classic brown and tan costume. This did go up for pre-order. It's on join wait list now, so I guess that means the pre-order is over, and I guess they've already sold out what they're going to do. But limited edition of 3,000. If you get on the wait list, you'll be on the wait list to buy this thing. I could be completely wrong about that. I don't know how this stuff works with hot toys. I don't have any hot toys. I never bought a hot toy, but I wanted to show this off. I thought it looked cool. I'm a huge fan of the classic Wolverine costume. And now some of you may be looking at this thinking, I don't remember him having that costume in Deadpool Wolverine. Well, when Deadpool's going through all the different dimensions and multiverses trying to find another Wolverine, he goes to one where he has this outfit on getting ready to fight the Hulk. So it's cool they made a hot toy of this. Marvel Legends, I kind of wish we would get a 6-inch action figure of this as well, but I think this looks sweet. Look at the likeness. I mean, I don't have any hot toys, and really I've never seen one all that up close, but looking at the images here, they really nail the likeness and stuff on these characters. And then again, love the yellow and brown. Even though it's not exactly the way it looked back in the comics, it's still a cool looking yellow and brown Wolverine costume based on that look from the movies. So this one is up now. You can join a wait list, whatever exactly that means if you want to try to get on a wait list for this figure. It will be $340, and again, it's your Wolverine Classic Brown and Tan, based on his look from the little cameo this version had in Deadpool and Wolverine. Alright, we took a little break there to take a look at a hot toy. We got some more stuff from Uncle Todd to look at, so let's take a look at some more things from McFarlane Toys. One thing that did get announced for pre-order, it's already up. You have another one of these accent editions on Big Bad Toy Store. You have the Batman, the Thomas Wayne version from Flashpoint. Now, I do like the red. I think this looks sweet. Even the pistols there are red that come with him, so I've already pre-ordered this one. It's estimated to arrive early October 2025, so we shouldn't have to wait too long for this to come out and come in. Let me know, guys, what do you think about these accent figures they've done? Most of them have been exclusive to BBTS. I think the Blue Beetle was exclusive to McFarlane Toy Store, but I don't know. I kind of like these. I like the black and white aspect of some of the features on the figure, and then that bright red with that black and white. I just think that looks cool. So we're definitely going to add this one to the collection. I've already got it pre-ordered. And if you want to grab one of these, it is BBTS exclusive. You have to get it from Big Bad Toy Store, $29.99. It is up for pre-order right now as we speak, unless it's sold out by the time this video is on YouTube. And if it is, I apologize. But as of now, it's up for pre-order. Hey. Alright, a couple more things from McFarlane's up for pre-order now. These Doom the Dark Ages figures. You have the Doom Slayer with the phalanx skin, based on Doom the Dark Ages video game, is now available for pre-order at select retailers. So if you want to grab this thing based on the Doom figures, it is not exclusive to any store. Go wherever you like to get your McFarlane from, and hopefully you can secure a pre-order for this figure. Now, I saw the first version of this that was hitting Walmarts. These look really good. However, I have not played Doom the Dark Ages, and I know the first figure they released was $50. So I don't know how much this one will be when it hits stores. But again, this is up for pre-order now, wherever you get your McFarlane toys from. So if you want to grab these, be sure to check that out and get you a pre-order in for this one, if that is your thing. Alright guys, now one figure line from McFarlane I have been skipping on is the Justice League versus Kong and Godzilla. But we had the Batman and Kong, then we had the Superman and Godzilla. Now you've got Wonder Woman versus Atomic Blast Godzilla. So they're already starting to repaint and reuse the Godzilla figure. But this one does go up for pre-order on September the 25th at select retailers. It won't be exclusive anywhere. Again, wherever you buy your McFarlane toys from, you should be able to put in a pre-order for this Wonder Woman versus Godzilla. To me, the selling point of this set is probably going to be the Wonder Woman figure. We'd only have this image to go off of right now, so we'll see whenever this comes out. We'll see more of that. But, we need a good Wonder Woman. You do have this one coming out here with Godzilla, and again, you can see most of how the figure looks, but again, until we see some more images of this and everything else, we'll have to see what it looks like. But again, if you're into these figures here, it'll be coming September the 25th for pre-order. And once again, keep in mind, McFarlane normally does their pre-orders around 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alright, our next thing we're going to look at, we talked about this a few weeks ago on the channel when they had showed it on one of their shows they were at, but McFarlane does have the Batmobile, the DC Rebirth. This is up now, not for pre-order. It is in stock and ready to order on McFarlaneToyStore.com. Now keep in mind, this is a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, so if you want to grab this, you'll have to head over here to get it. But it is a DC Rebirth Batmobile. It's $99.99 if you want to grab it. But again, it is showing to be in stock as of the time of this recording, which is 7:15 p.m. on September the 23rd. But if this is one of the vehicles you want to get to add to your Batmobile collection, be sure to head over to McFarlaneToyStore.com, put a pre-order in for this. Now, I do like the looks of this Batmobile. However, I was not reading Batman comics and DC comics in general at the time of the Rebirth storyline, so this one I am skipping. My garage out here in the man hut's getting a little bit full for what other vehicles I can pick up, so I'm going to be skipping on this one. Doesn't mean it doesn't look cool, but once again, guys, let me know in the comments. Are you grabbing a Rebirth Batmobile, or are you going to wait and see if it shows up at Ross for like 20 or 30 bucks here in the next few months? But it is up for order now on McFarlaneToyStore.com. All right, let's get into the best thing McFarlane did last week, and that was the pre-orders for Batman Returns. Michael Keaton is Batman. Anybody disagrees? I apologize. My personal preference for the cinematic Batman is Mr. Keaton. Of course, we got some figures from Batman 89. Actually, we just got Batman from Batman 89. But now we're getting a whole wave dedicated to Batman Returns. The first we're going to look at, this little combo here is a GameStop exclusive. It is $99.99. Now, I'm not for sure if it's sold out or not, so be sure to check GameStop's website to see if it is. But you have Penguin there in his big onesie pajamas, and then the duck that he rides around in Batman Returns. I gotta say, guys, it's $100. It's expensive. I understand. My personal opinion, it should have been cheaper than that, but I did pre-order it, so I'm part of the problem. I apologize for that, but it looks too cool. That is an awesome likeness there to Danny DeVito's Penguin. And I think the duck looks pretty nice as well compared to the way it looked in the movie. So I wanted to get this for my collection. It's one of those things, I hate to be one of these people. It's like, am I going to regret not buying it? And I kept thinking, I want this in my collection for Batman Returns. Now wait and see, it'll end up at a discounter for $20 or something next year, and I'll kick myself, for paying $100. But like I said, we did get a pre-order in for this one, and this one is GameStop exclusive. If you want it, you got to go to GameStop to get this one, and hopefully we'll see it in stores sooner than later. Well, only GameStop stores, but still, we'll see it in stores. All right, you had another thing announcing this, the Penguin Soldiers, the Commando Penguins. These were McFarlane Toy Store exclusive. These were, I think, were they 35 or 40 bucks? I can't remember. But anyways, I did grab a set of these as well. I wanted one of everything for the Batman Returns wave, so we did order a set of the Commando Penguins. I think this looks cool. If you've seen the movie, you remember there towards the end, he's got all the penguins, all the rockets on him going to wreak havoc on Gotham City. But you do get 3 penguins in this set. Looks like they're varying heights there. You got tall, a little bit shorter, and then the shortest one there, I want the missiles and stuff on their backs. So once again, if you've seen the movie, that looks awesome in my opinion, and can't wait to get this one in, add to the collection for the Batman Returns figures. Now, we've talked about the rest. Let's talk about the best. Let's go into the rest of these guys. Right here, this was the only one that I missed out on and was not able to pre-order. Now, in my limited knowledge, I don't think he is a GameStop exclusive, but for whatever reason, GameStop is the only one that had him up for pre-order. So maybe he isn't exclusive. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I did miss this when it sold out before I got my pre-order in when it did go up. But keep in mind, hopefully he'll show up at other retailers. He'll definitely be hitting GameStops, but Max Shrek. Now, the one thing cool about this, I think they did good getting the likeness here to Christopher Walken. But if you've seen this movie, you know what happens to him at the end. And they do have the burnt, electrocuted face on there. Kind of a creepy addition, but I like that addition. That is outside the box. I do like that they put that on there. So I'm really hoping I can track this guy down in the wild. I gotta admit, guys, I've been checking GameStop's site every day, hoping this pops back in stock so that I can get a pre-order in for this. And if it does, I will order it. Now, for the price of these deluxe theatrical editions we're getting ready to look at, they did stay at $35. They didn't raise the price. I was really expecting these, honestly, to go to 40 bucks because it was Batman Returns. I think McFarlane knows people are going to buy Batman Returns. But once again, they are $34.99 for the pre-order price for where I saw them from. I think I got them from Entertainment Earth, so they weren't as bad as I thought. All right, our next one, we do have the Penguin with the Duck. You also have a single release of Oswald Cobblepot, Danny DeVito's Penguin from Batman Returns. This one, this looks awesome. You get the soft goods jacket, and look at the face sculpt. I mean, he really nailed the likeness for Danny DeVito's Penguin, in my personal opinion. Really looking forward to these figures, guys. Can't wait to get these in there. But you do have the Penguin coming as well. And again, $34.99 for these. They are up for pre-order, but now they have, by this time, they've about sold out just about everywhere. But you can see here, they commented on this one. There will be more stock available in stores next month, which means October, at Walmart, Target, and GameStop. So if you did miss these in pre-order, be checking those stores. I'm really hoping they do with these like they did the Superman movie figures. And there's a bunch of them that come, not just like one case per store or whatever. Because the Superman movie figures and all the things that came with that wave, they were pretty easy to find. Now, I do think these will be more popular and they'll sell better and faster than those figures. But once again, they are going to be hitting retail stores starting in October. So hopefully for the people that missed them, like, you know, me with Max Shrek, we'll be able to find them in store and pick them up there. But Danny DeVito's Penguin is one offering. And this is the one, I honestly think she was more popular than any other figure in this wave, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. You know, if you look at the face, I mean, it kind of looks like Michelle Pfeiffer, I think. So maybe I'm just talking out of left field. But I think this one also, guys, looks awesome. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, I think, was one of the better portrayals we've seen in the movies there. I really enjoyed that character back in the day. So glad to see her get represented here in action figure form. And I cannot wait to get this wave in hand. But you know my favorite preference for Batman, in my opinion, the best got saved for last with the Batman. Now, one thing that what did disappoint me about this figure, I was hoping there would be no neck articulation. You can see here they made it look, I mean, it has the look of being one solid piece, but you can tell there where his head is turned there, because if you watch these movies, the cowl and the chest piece here were all one solid piece. So Michael Keaton could not turn his head side to side. He couldn't look up. He couldn't hardly look down. He had to move his whole body when he turned. But to me, that's part of the nostalgia and part of the appeal. I like that aspect of the movie. But as far as the suit that he wore in Batman Returns, I mean, to me, that's a good visual representation of it. Now, right there, I get more of a Sylvester Stallone than I get Michael Keaton. But still, I've already pre-ordered the figure. I am getting it. Love me some Keaton Batman. But again, the face sculpt on the Batman, I can see a little bit of Keaton there, but to me, guys, I'm honestly not trying to be silly. I see more Sylvester Stallone there than I see Michael Keaton. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, about the likeness on the Batman figure. But I am excited to get this. Cannot wait to get these things in hand. Now, as far as Uncle Todd, that's all we got. Let's take a look at a few more things here. Big Bad Toy Store. This was limited, or not limited, but on multiple different retailers. Entertainment Earth, I think it was on Hasbro Pulse, Big Bad Toy Store. I'm just choosing BBTS's site to show it. But you have another Legacy Edition here, GIJoe. This is the Police Emergency Service Unit action figure. This did go up for pre-order last week, and it is sold out in a lot of different places. But again, hopefully we'll see this coming in stores. It's showing Big Bad Toy Store to have them in around December of this year. So hopefully we'll see them in the wintertime there. $34.99. The price didn't go up. That was nice. But all the accessories you get with this, I was able to pre-order one. I don't remember where I pre-ordered it from. I might have got it from BBTS. I don't recall. But anywho, looking forward to these. I like these Legacy figures we're getting from Classified. And I get the Firefighter, the Sniper, the Halo Jumper, and all that stuff so far. So looking forward to this one when it starts showing up as well. And then I got some family members who are also police officers, so I definitely wanted to get this one in honor of them. So can't wait for this one to come out and get the pre-order in here and check it out on the channel. But this one, keep checking. I don't know if it's sold out everywhere. I actually didn't know it was sold out on BBTS until I pulled it up here tonight. But keep a check on other retailers, see if it goes back in stock. Alright guys, take a look at Target Fall Geek Out. We did have another drop last week. Keep in mind there'll be another drop coming this Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see what they got for this week. It will continue until October the 3rd. October the 3rd will be the last drop for Fall Geek Out. But let's take a look at what came out last week. We got the Transformer here, the Generations War for Cybertron, Deluxe E36 Sunstreaker. But this one did go up for pre-order. It's showing a release date of November the 30th, so we should see this thing in stores around that time. And if you want to get one pre-ordered, he is still available on Target's website. He's not sold out yet, or as of the time of this recording, he is not sold out. But not only him, you also have this one. Was this not out before? I'm guessing this is a re-release. I've got one of these figures, I know. I don't know if it's the same one or they've changed it. But you got the Gigawatt Back to the Future Transformer. But it is up for pre-order now, $34.99. And like I said, I've got one version of this, I know, if it's not the same one on a re-release. But if it is a re-release, you didn't get him the first time, you can pre-order now and get one for this time. Our last Transformers offering is the Generations War for Cybertron Voyager WFC-E26 Thrust. That's a whole big mouthful of words there. Anyway, you got this one up as well, $34.99. Once again, it's up for pre-order now. Release date on November the 30th, so we should be seeing these in stores somewhere around that time. But all these are still available, and pre-orders are not in stock, but the pre-order is still up as of the time of this recording. Now, the two things that excited me the most about last week's Fall Geek Out, you did have the retro card of Mystique, and this has sold out. This did go up for pre-order. Now, as far as I know, this is a Target exclusive, but I think this figure looks great. I've got the animated Mystique that came in the VHS box. I don't have a good Marvel Legends comic version of Mystique, so definitely wanted to get this. It's still $24.99. It wasn't the new $27.99. It seems like Legends are going up to, so we did get a pre-order in for this one. Looking forward to getting this one in here. But if you missed this one, keep checking Target's site. Maybe it'll go back in stock. They also did I think this is a re-release as well of the Storm, a retro carded figure. They got a picture of the retro card. There we go. You can see it there. But once again, $24.99. This is coming October the 5th and November the 30th. So we should see Storm in store before we see Mystique. But October, what was that one again? October the 5th. We should be seeing Storm sometime here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And then after around Thanksgiving, we should be seeing Mystique start hitting some stores. So be checking the stores. If you did miss the pre-order around those dates, hopefully they'll show up and you can grab one then if you weren't able to secure a pre-order. And then our last Target item we are going to look at is sadly something I wanted to get, but it is already sold out. That is the GIJoe Classified Series, number 181, Ralph, Steeler, Pulaski, and Short Fuse. I completely forgot about this going up for pre-order, and of course I missed it. And GIJoe Classified pre-orders on Target's website, let me know what you think. They're about friggin' impossible. If you're not on there right when they drop, you can forget it. If you're more than a couple minutes late, they're going to be sold out. And then trying to find them in store can be another pain in the butt. But that's enough whining for this. This is coming out November the 9th. The pre-orders have already sold out on the site. Now, this is also on Hasbro Pulse, but I think on Hasbro Pulse it's like $65 or $63, something like that. And it's already sold on Hasbro Pulse as well. So if you want to get this one, unless for whatever reason they put it back up for pre-order, the best chance to grab this is going to be finding it in Target stores, which I will be trying to do because I would like to have this 2-pack, especially at $55. But that's the last one we're going to talk about from Target, guys. That's all I got for you for toy news for this week. So let's switch back over here to the desk, show you a couple of mail calls that came in, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, everybody, you've listened to me enough, so let's wrap this up quickly. My name is Chris. I am the Man Collects. As I've already said, thank you very much for watching this video. If you do enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button before you leave. Now, let's get into the mail call here. Did get 3 things in the mail. The first one came from my buddy, Bama Freddy. I'll have a link to his Instagram in the description of this video. Be sure to go check out Bama Freddy. If he goes to any shows and sets up, he sells dioramas. Beautiful dioramas. The guy's got a serious skill with art and making those things. Go check him out on Instagram. Take a look at his work. If he comes to a show near you and you're looking for a good diorama for your figures, I would recommend Bama Freddy. But he did find this in one of his local Walmarts. I have had crap luck trying to find this Deathstroke figure in the wild. So he did come across the Platinum. He was good to pick that up for me and send it to me. So I do have the Platinum secured. Still waiting on BBTS. I think it shipped. Hopefully I'll have the common one of this by the end of this week. But Bama, thank you for grabbing the Platinum for me. Glad to have that in the collection. Awesome looking figure. Love that. Alright, next one came from Big Bad Toy Store, and this is one I saw it in stock, and I decided to get it. I wasn't going to get this one at first, but seeing pictures of the Wolverine figure made me decide to grab this one, so I did get the Wolverine Silver Samurai Gamerverse 2-pack. Really enjoying these Gamerverse 2-packs from Marvel Legends. This was a nice little thing they got going on, but we got this one from Big Bad Toy Store, but not only did we get this one, we also ordered from a company, I think they're recent. I don't think they've been around all that long, but I'm 100% sure, called Go New Meta. I will put a link to their website in the description of this video. Check them out, guys. Seems like an awesome place to get toys from. They're online only. Our buddy Carlos, T3 Collects, he's actually affiliated with them, and he has a discount code. And I'll have this shown on the screen right now, but if you use T3 Collects 101 when you check out on Go New Meta, you'll save 10%. And it's not only on in-stock items, you also get that 10% off on pre-orders. So pretty cool. Check out Go New Meta. But I did get the Captain America and Venom 2-pack from him. Now, it was kind of funny. This was up for pre-order when I ordered it from Go New Meta. The very next day, he got them in stock and it shipped. So I didn't have to wait very long for my pre-order. But I will say, when this came in, packed very well. It was in a size appropriate box. It wasn't in a box that was 3 times too big where it slid around. It had all kinds of packing stuff in there. So Go New Meta did a really good job with this. They're a new company. Be sure to go check them out and give them some support. Their prices are right there with retail where you see everything else. Plus, you use Carlos's discount code I just mentioned, you'll save an additional 10%. So, and $5 for flat shipping on there too, what you get. So go check out Go New Meta. Can't wait to crack this thing open. All right, my friends, that's all I got for you this week. Thank you for joining me here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe, hit your bell for notifications, give me a follow on Instagram, and I will see you back here the next time the man comes around.